What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome. I'll mix it up. A beverage here. Welcome to the den. I hope you are all well. I'm your host, Sir Edward Honcho the Third. Nah. But I hope y'all are having a good day, man. It's Friday. It's Kanye. I don't know. I didn't want to get into nothing too serious. Like I say, there's been a lot going on. It's one of a fun conversation this evening. But again, if you're not familiar with the Den is the best conversation on the internet. The reason why it's the best conversation on the internet is because of all of you wonderful people. Each and every one of you who join the conversation each and every night. It's usually somewhere between 9 and 10 o'clock Central Time, Monday through Friday. So I thank y'all for being here. You could be anywhere in the world, but you choose to come kick it with the community. That is greatly appreciated. Let's see who got joined us, man. And then we'll get into it. Pardon me. And I know y'all saying, I know everybody's asking, well, didn't Kanye drop out? Well, from what I'm saying, he hadn't dropped out. He's still filing federal paperwork to run. I'll pull up the links. I'll go find them. And attachment. I guess I should have put them in the fucking description. That would have been easier. Anyway, Trixie McFly. How you doing this evening, man? What's the motherfucking deal? The Don of the Discord himself joining us this evening. Mr. Culture, how you doing this evening, sir? What's the motherfucking deal? My favorite New Yorker, John. What's the motherfucking deal? I hope all is well. Miss Bell, how are you this evening, ma'am? He won't pass. Yes, Kanye 2020, yes, sir. Ronald Isley. See, and here's the thing, right, to new people, when you shout out to Ronald Isley, like to the OGs, they already know who Ronald Isley is. But the new folks that come in, you say Ronald Isley, and then you refer to it in a feminine way, you know, what the fuck is going on? This is a weird place, right? Infinity, the former pimp, he's a reformed pimp. Now he's just Infinity. What's the motherfucking deal? Stephanie Paul, how you doing this evening, man? Hope all is well. Wokety woke. Yes, that was super strange. I was just thinking before the stream because I saw the message from Miss Betty yesterday talking about Big M. Well, Mike won't call in. And then I was like, speaking of Mike, where's old Wokety woke? What's good, man? Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Destin AK, what's the motherfucking deal? How you doing this evening? And if anybody I missed, I didn't intentionally diss. Let's talk about it, man. Say it's a lot going on, right? And so, yeah, you pimping ain't working in a pandemic. You ain't pimping and pandering in a pandemic. Heidi. You didn't even say anything, and I'm definitely not in the top chat, so I didn't even see Heidi say anything. Did Heidi type anything? Heidi didn't type shit. Heidi was just infiltrating the den and then trying to makes it seem like I forgot. But hello, Heidi. How are you this evening, Heidi? I'm going to be nice to Heidi. Frost, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. She's a terrible person, you know. So I had to scroll back up. You know, sometimes I do overlook things. But I kind of want to just talk about Kanye and then whatever else is going on in the world. I mean, there's a lot of crazy things happening. So, you know how the den is. It's just kind of whatever. But I think Kanye is actually a good thing, right? And if you sit back and you kind of just observe different people's feelings about it, it's really interesting. And the reason why I say Kanye is a good thing, it's not that I believe Kanye can win, because I don't think Kanye has a chance in hell of winning. Like, it's not, there's no way it's going to happen. But what I do think will happen is Kanye can make a significant enough impact to where it would hinder one candidate or the other, you know, in the crunch time. But I don't think it's going to be close, personally. Actually, you know what? Let me change that. I do think it's going to be a little bit close because of how the outcomes of what's been going on And I think you gotta look at emotionally how some people are gonna be impacted. People who may have been like, ah, fuck that, I ain't even really tripping on it. Then you lose somebody, then you start looking at things differently. Just the way it's been handled, like I don't. I think everything pandemic related is going to be levied upon Trump. Like we can talk about the handling of it, but I think there's just certain aspects, no matter what would have happened. I mean, you can't. There's certain things that happened that were out of his control. I think like the fucking inflated numbers. I don't know who you blame for that. That's a crazy thing, right? But we'll talk about that. Um, but Kanye, the thing about Kanye is that honestly, and I really think his purpose would be to do so. If whatever intentions he has, I know he has to know he can't win. Like getting into the race this late would just to throw a monkey wrench in any possibility of Joe Biden having any success, right? And and I don't want to run for president. Uh, there's too much. There's too much to deal with. Look, there's enough trying to keep people in the den happy. Trying to trying to fucking no fucking way. You're gonna learn about a bunch of shit you just really don't even want to know, and then see what's gonna happen with me. I'm gonna be like, fuck it. If I became president, I'd still have to do the den, right? So it'd be real bad because then I couldn't do the den like I want to. Because if I did and I said the things I wanted to say, um, I pretty much get impeached real quick. So I'm pretty sure like I'd say something that would be illegal, probably for like a president to say. I don't know. I'm sure. Well, probably not illegal, but just definitely improper. But yeah, like I say, with me, all I think what happens though is Kanye takes away black votes from Biden, right? Because I think you have people out there who are like, especially black people, because you don't want to be ostracized for voting for Trump. And I'm saying you, and you may not even be black if you're listening to this, but I'm just saying from the perspective of, you know, people, black people, when it comes to voting and Trump, their perspective. But no, like, because you think, you've heard all these stories, oh, I'm black and I voted for Trump, my family ostracized me, people don't talk to me. I mean, you've heard it, like everybody do that. But when it's black, it's like especially bad because, it's like few and far between you find other motherfuckers who like rocking with you, like kicked out your whole community. Like, if you're white and you say, maybe you just be like a Democrat and you're like, I want to vote for Trump. You got like plenty of other like white Trump voters, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you're black, like you're kicked out the entire community. You know what I'm saying? So you got like 3 other black Trump voters that you can go hang with. So the thing about it is, like I said, but it takes away votes from Biden. It definitely benefits Trump because you have those blacks who do not necessarily want to vote for Trump, but they don't want to vote for Biden. Like they're like, I think you got a lot of people who are waking up, the whole quote unquote Democratic plantation. You know what I mean? And they're walking away from it, Blexit or whatever you want to call it. But you still have some who may have that sour taste, as they're trying to figure things out, who still may feel, particularly about Trump. You've been indoctrinated for several years, about this, that, and the third, saying, well, this was happening, that was happening, and none of those things took place. But I think you just have people who have kind of a tough time, like maybe transitioning fully, Maybe they don't want to wear the hats, you know what I'm saying? And I think that like Kanye's a go-between, for those people. Like I think they would, feel okay when not vote for Harambe or some crazy other write-in. And I think that enough people honestly would, because I think you have people who are frustrated. I think you have people who are displeased with both candidates. You got people who are mad because it's 2 white guys running again, and like last time. And then you got people who are, they would want a candidate of color, right? And so they would vote just because of that. Like, you have people who will vote for someone not for what their platform is. Like, they say, like every president, they say people are most likely to vote for the guy that they would sit down and have a beer with, right? You know what I'm saying? And, and, it's just like, I think it's like a go between. So I think people would fuck with that just because. So you'd have enough people I think who would detract from voting Democrat because they're frustrated with it, that they don't want to vote for Trump, that they would just vote for Kanye just to exercise their right to vote, but yet maybe not contribute to uh, either one of the candidates that they may not feel represents them. But again, I think in the long run, like, it's coming from the left that the people who are going to be, upset and frustrated, I think more so than a person who may have been Republican saying, well, I'm not fully rocking with Trump, so I'm going to go vote for this Kanye. I think they would be more likely to stay along party lines and say, fuck it, than someone else. So, you have a ginger ale with Trump. Canada Dry ginger ale. And why does Canada, how does Canada have a market on ginger ale like that? Do they have like a robust ginger industry that I don't know about that's going on in Canada? Like, why is Canada's dry? Canada's dry, whatever. Why is that the best ginger ale, right? I mean, I need answers. What the fuck is going on, Canadians? Where's Dre, damn it? I need to know what's going on with the Canada ginger ale industry and why. What if it's like a fake name, right? Like, sometimes people just say shit. Like, what if this shit's made in like fucking, I don't know, fucking Wyoming or something? About Canada's dry ginger ale. Anyway, Heidi, you are fucking racist. I cannot believe it. You haven't heard my many ginger ale stories that I've told in the den of how my mom kept cases of ginger ale. And my friends knew if they came over, there was always a cold ginger ale waiting on them in the fridge. So it became a thing. But it was kind of weird, right? Because I think that my mom would get them because I would drink them. But I think I was only drinking them because she got them, And then maybe it just started this like vicious cycle of me drinking a lot of ginger ale unnecessarily, Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe if I'd spoke up and say, hey, I mean, these things are cool, but I know we got better options out there, right? So, I don't know. So, what? Fucking Dr. Pepper always kept, that's bullshit. I was really giving Canada a lot of credit for ginger. Broderick, what's the motherfucking deal? What's the one down? Strong and Grand, aka Dan the Man. So, like I said, but the Kanye thing is, I think it's really interesting. I don't think he's like really trying to do damage. I really think it's I thought it was Scott in there. I really think it's like a marketing ploy, like fuck it, drop an album real soon and then get a bunch of attention, running for president. Like, what does he have to lose by doing this? Like, absolutely nothing. Brings his name up, makes him relevant, and then people are paying attention. He's got the thing going with Kanye doesn't want to be president. Come on, he just did he got the deal going with the Gap, the Old Navy, somebody. I don't know, he's doing something with somebody. But so he doesn't want to be fucking president. This is like I said, a marketing point. But again, like I say, if he does, play it out until the election, I think that he could actually, I don't know how much you would say a significant impact is. But I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye could alter the game by a few percent. I think, like, he might be big enough to do it. You know what I mean? So, oh, okay. So he did open a plenty. Okay, so they do have, Canada Dry does have Canada ties. Okay, all right. So there's a theory that ginger ale is just cold. It's probably mixed up. No. I don't know where you get your theories from, but you need to take that one back. That's terrible. Anybody else got these like fucking, like an old ass cup that you know you like need to throw away, but you like it? It's not necessarily like a favorite cup. It's a good cup. It's held me down for a long time. All right, a couple of things real quick, and then we're gonna open up the lines, man. Like I said, whatever's on your mind. It's kind of like a free range Friday, but I do think the Kanye thing, depending on, because again, like everything that's going on, it'll be inch closer and closer. I mean, shit, we're basically in August. And interesting, how we want to handle crowds, and we got to open this and close that, and wear this, and this is irrelevant. This don't work. I mean, how's an election? I mean, this is a major fucking event, right? Like, are we still going to be under COVID care, by then? Like, are we still going to have to be super cautious about everything? Because if we have to handle stuff a certain way, I'm sure it's going to, increase the time it's going to take to do certain things. And, what about those people that, or it makes it inaccessible for? Like, you just miss out? I'm interested to see what happens, what is going to happen. Are we doing absentee ballots? Like, what is going on? So, what the fuck? Honey, I hate you. But, keep using your holographic Texans cup. Yeah, I think we're up to the line. I was going to say something. Fucking Heidi is a terrible person. Maybe lose my train of thought. I tried to do a mixer last night because I said I'd do a mixer crew, right? And for some reason, that option was not available on my Xbox. I know they're shutting it down in a couple of days, but the option to broadcast directly from the box was not available. I didn't even check to see if the mixer app was working on the Xbox. I need to see, but yeah, that's no bueno. But if not, I guess I don't know. Maybe we could do some Age of Empires or something like that from the fucking from the computer or something. Maybe I'll see if it works. I'll see if it still works that way because it has to be. I mean, they're still streaming till the 22nd. So I'll try to do another. I'll attempt another mixer crew this evening. We can attempt also. It is Friday. We've tried 2 Fridays in a row. And it's been unsuccessful to have a karaoke in the Den Discord. I think I was the only one. I performed last Friday, but nobody else did. So I honored my word. The rest of y'all, just untrustworthy, honestly. So there's that. Other than that, man, I don't know, man. Let's get the lines open. Shit. I'll stop wasting time. Y'all like, fuck it, open the line. Marie Lovely, the lovely Miss Marie, how are you this evening? What's the motherfucking deal? Oh! The Nick Cannon situation. Man, I don't know. I got a lot of mixed opinions on Nick Cannon. But he tweeted something out, honestly, right before. Let me take this up. Right before I go to the den, I saw that he tweeted something. He talked about, he felt like he said something, he was misinformed. He worked on getting the proper information, and he said he pissed off an entire community, right? He didn't realize how badly he hurt them. And so in trying to fix that, he's getting called a sellout and all this stuff by black people, right? His own people. And he said, kind of like goodbye something or off. He logged off or whatever. Like, so it's very interesting because the apology, and it came. I want to say it came like the day after or the day whatever, but it was so quick, so swift because everything was like, oh, he said all these statements, he won't apologize, like the next day, right, or very early that morning or so, and then by the end of the day or so, he's apologized and everything. So everybody's mad and upset, and I get it, right? Because I say the same thing. Don't fucking apologize. I'm gonna save the rest of my thoughts on this one because there's some things that I still have to figure out exactly how I feel about them. So, yeah, I'm gonna save some of my thoughts on that one. Because there's I don't know, 'cause part of it's not even about Nick Cannon. So, I mean, here's my thing, man. Just be prepared. If you're going to say outrageous stuff, be prepared for the backlash that happens with it. Did he say some outrageous things? Absolutely. And did he suffer the brunt for that shit swiftly and quickly? Absolutely. I just think there's some fucking lessons, though, to be taught in that people need to pay attention to, but they're not. And, I don't know. Like I said, it's I have to. It's something else. It's not gay. It was a three-way. What the hell? What the fuck? See, that's what I say. Sometimes it's just good not to go back into the chat, not to scroll back up. You know what I'm saying? And I scroll back up and see that Heidi is on one of those. She's in one of those Heidi moods tonight. I can see. It's gonna be that. That's the thing that shouldn't be happening. So, you know what I mean? Should there be any backlash or prayers kneeling for the Black National Anthem? No. Absolutely
Shout
not.
out to my boy Honcho, crossed fingers, dark skin tone. H-tie and stand up.
Sticky, man, appreciate the love. No, I don't think it should be a backlash. I mean, I think that we talk about equality, right? So if a person wants to kneel for the national anthem, then if a person wants to kneel for the Black National Anthem, they should have just as much the same right. Like, I don't think that it should be, I don't think that there should be any judgment. But again, we know exactly what's going to happen if that fucking happened. But yeah, any kind of contact in a situation like that, Heidi, is a no-no. We'll just put it like that. That's the easiest way to put it. Sticky, appreciate the love, man. Let me see. Whoa. Oh, what? You can't man it with OLEDs. That's terrible. That's disgusting. Free Jen Smith, what's the motherfucking deal? Mr. Mariah Carey, that's terrible. Oh, and then yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. That's what it was. I'm glad you mentioned that, Lobo. Yeah, so yeah, I know you just said you're gonna open up the line. Well, fuck it. All right, I lied for at least like 10 minutes, maybe not. The James Harden thing. People are mad about the James Harden. Here's my deal, right? Come on, people, please. You know, can we all? And I do it too, right? I do it too. But can we all stop acting like we relate to the lives that celebrities, athletes, fuck, even some of these politicians, whatever, live like we can relate at all in the slightest. We are not remotely close to anything they got going on. So like people were mad because James Harden said, well, he didn't really, know what it was. He was just like he thought it looked cool and it fit his beard, right? And if he does support, law enforcement, why is that a thing to be mad about? If he doesn't, why is that a thing to be mad about? I mean, then it's just like everybody else. I mean, why is that thing to be mad about? Like, he wore the thing, right? And if he says he didn't know, I believe him. James has like little dreads or something growing now. It doesn't look right. James has been in quarantine too long. He's lost a lot of weight. He's been playing a lot of basketball. Like, I think he's been like out of there. Like, I don't think he's been tuned in to a lot of the shit that's been going on. And he seems like that kind of guy. Because it was something else that was going on a while back, and people were asking about, and he was just kind of like, it seemed to be like unaware. But people are mad, right? And again, I hope people are mad. Like, I want James Harden to be the bad guy. And again, I'm not going to go into it. Yes, I'm a Rockets fan. But I want him to be the bad guy, and I want him to embrace being the bad guy. And I want him to use the hate, the anger, the fuel, whatever he can do. You know what I'm saying? And just go off, right? Just go off. That's all over. Thank you, Stephanie. The hell, Heidi, you're... there's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with a little wine cooler, Heidi. Let me stop fucking with you. Man, I fucks with y'all. Then, folk, man, I really do. And I appreciate y'all being here. Let me see. Let's see. Let's say Wakanda's a clothing store. What? That's actually a store? That's terrible. No, Heidi, I'm going to give you a B- on that. But anyway, let's get the party started. I feel like it's one more thing I'm supposed to say. But I got to start writing more shit down. And I probably got to stop eating fucking chicken wings right before the stream. All right, let's get this party started. Give me 1 second. Let me open up the line one time.
The Black National Anthem is the intro to Coming to America.
Appreciate the love, strong and grand. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, what's up? All right. I don't know, right? And I may be making assumptions, and this may be rude of me, right? And I really thought about it, right? I think of like weird shit, okay? Today, we're at the house, and the doorbell rings. And I'm not expecting anybody, so I check the little thingy I see outside, and it's an older white lady with a little blue mask on. And I open the door, I'm kind of puzzled because I'm like, the fuck is this? And it turns out it's my neighbor. I guess I haven't properly introduced myself to the neighbors. But when she just was asking about something, or said asking, I guess, because something about the cable company was around there or something. She didn't know if they were there for her or me or what. I was like, well, I don't need them. I don't know what's going on. I was thinking some bullshit. It was like some stupid reason, I think, to come knock on the door, honestly, just to be nosy. But after she left, right, and I closed the door, I thought to myself, jokingly, at the time, like, hey, my neighbor is a Karen, right? I laugh. I laugh at my own jokes sometimes. But then I thought about it. I was like, hey, wait. But honestly, is what I said kind of fucked up, right? Because, we're talking about the Karen thing being a slur. And it's not. Like, it's a fucking name. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not talking about the word Karen, but I mean maybe like the idea of a Karen, right? And the reason I thought that, I just thought about, being on the other side. Because like I said, I always try to put myself in the other person's shoes, Like, I think that's important. And, I just thought about that. I was like, man, was I kind of fucked up for judging this lady from maybe a minute and a half conversation? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the traits are there, The the characteristics are definitely there. Even the body language. But who am I to judge, right, without concrete evidence? Or am I just overthinking some bullshit that's really irrelevant, right? Who knows? But honestly, judging somebody, it's fucked up, right? I mean, this is the whole thing that we're all trying to figure out, right? This is the thing that we're all trying to cure right now. This judging of one another, this bias that we have towards one another. And I'm openly admit that I'm very biased. I think bias is important. I think bias can possibly save your life. Now it could lead to some fucked up shit too, like, but I think you just kind of gotta be, And I'm not saying about like racially biased. I'm just with judging people and just different things. I mean, how they may look, dress, carry themselves, whatever it is. You got to have some type of feeling towards a lot of different things. And the way you feel about those things can impact how you respond to them and shit. Some of that shit could possibly save your life in a dangerous situation. So yeah, I definitely am. But I just thought about that. I was just like, because what if it was on the other foot, right? And, it was me coming to check on, hey, well, I was wondering, I don't know if they were looking for you, et cetera, et cetera. And she shuts the door. And maybe says to her husband, oh, well, we got a nigger living next door. And I'm not saying Karen equals nigger. I know we go there. But I'm just saying, whatever the slur would be, right? It'll be fucked up, right? I don't know. Maybe not. Let's take some calls. And let's see who we got calling in. And I know I've been holding off and delaying it and going back and telling a bunch of random stories. I didn't even look at the chat, so I don't even want to know what y'all think about that. So, Hunter, you're really overthinking this right now. Calm it down. Oh, man, it sucks though, right? Because I really was, I guess later in this quarantine, I was really was getting into fucking Wild 'N Out. It was very entertaining. I really did. Like, I was watching that shit, like the clips of that shit almost every day. I'd be working on stuff, doing thumbnails and shit. And I'd be listening to the little fucking skits. That shit, like I say, it reminds me of fucking high school, but it's very fucking entertaining. All right. So you have a question about Hollywood people. What do you got? What you got going on there? Say, why do we listener care about people getting paid millions to pretend? I'd like to know the same thing. I'd really like to know the same thing. And that's what I say. I mean, we talk about stuff in here, and as y'all can tell, I'm terrible because I don't ever be knowing shit about the fucking celebrities. I'd be like really trying to wing it. You know what I'm saying? But it's stories that people want to have conversations about. So, you try to get as much information as you can. And, but honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like, fuck them people. You know what I'm saying? They're here for your entertainment. They work for you. Outside of that, don't praise and worship them motherfuckers. They're here for your inner fucking tainment. Like, motherfuckers be worshiping them. Like, no, entertain me and go away. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
Honcho, hey, what's up, man? It's Dan, bro.
Dan, the motherfucking man. What's going on, Dan? How you feeling this evening, sir?
Man, I'm out here, bro. Just driving around. I saw my niece today, hung out, played Legos, and I made a big robot Lego, and she destroyed it immediately and started laughing.
That's what's happening.
Just shitting on the game, baby girl. I love her though. Oh, of course, it's my baby.
Yeah.
So that's it, man. And, that's like my main thing right now, man. Just doing a school thing, doing this part-time job at the moment. I guess the thing I do at the VA, and just make sure my baby's taken care of. That's it. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. I don't care about these. And speaking of Hollywood motherfuckers, look, you like who you like, right? Like I'm doing my best to separate people's art, like their acting or their beliefs, from the dumb shit they say on Twitter. Well, at least in my opinion, it's dumb.
Yeah.
Like all those celebrities who signed that petition to get the cops defunded. Y'all don't have that problem that the average person is going to have. So I don't think you should have a discussion about it. But they have a right. They're American citizens, even though half of them swore they was going to Canada when Trump got in office. Whatever. It's fuckery. So, fuck them. Yeah, exactly. Fuck them people. Like, you nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing because again, like you said, they have money to buy and have 24-hour private security. They live behind these gated walls and all these other things. Like they're so disconnected. Like the only time I don't want to say they're not even reality then, but as close as they get to reality is when they're acting like normal people. That's as close to normal as they get. And then once they're done acting, once they're off the set, they go back again to living these extraordinary lives.
Yep.
Like I said, they're nothing like us. Even on the Twitter, even though you can connect, even though I think that's part of the problem too with social media, how it's allowed us to get so close to celebrities. We think they're our friends or something like that. You know what I mean? And we see every day the reality shows and all that shit. I think it's built these relationships like that is made. I don't know. Again, I don't know because even before that, it was bad. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you what the problem is. It's all fucked up. People need to love themselves.
Man, yeah. The minute one of the motherfuckers paying my rent, I will take what they say into consideration.
Yeah.
Until then, deuces.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me get back to the subject. Kanye for president. I mean, what is he going to be? Democrat, Independent, Republican? What's he running? Which side? I don't know.
He is running under the birthday party.
No, you're right. I remember hearing. I thought he was his birthday. That's his party. Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Sure. Okay, Kanye. Look, man. If he has the ability, the capability, and the resources to do it, knock yourself out, bro. I know Biden's mad, but it matters who Biden's running mate's going to be because it's going to be a black woman, most likely. Covered both bases. If there was if it was a black lesbian, he'd be in the money. Yeah. I'm hearing that Michelle might be his running mate. This is just whispers on the Twitters. I mean, we'll see.
That would be the purest.
Might be Kamala.
I mean, I think if you go Michelle, I think that's as pure pandering as you can get. Because we know exactly why you're doing it. You know what I mean? We know exactly what the point is. But, some people are going to look past that and they're just going to be, hey, woman, vote, 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 vote.
Essentially. I mean, I just, so look, just shout out to Kanye, man. Good luck with whatever you do, man. I don't know, bro. This entire year has been a bag of fuck, man. I don't understand how it got this bad.
I mean, it has been crazy. And then definitely, I saw that Twitter scam. It was funny. Them dudes, they said they only got away with like 100,000. I'm like, wow, that's terrible. Like, we're going to talk about that too in a second. I'll put that to note because there's some things that I don't think people realize what's going on here.
No.
Yeah.
I don't even know, and I try to stay knowledgeable. I'm still lost.
No,
but I know people using it to their advantage.
Yeah, like people, if they don't realize, like, they did that little bullshit ass Bitcoin scam with that Twitter. Like, do you realize the damage do you realize what they could have done with those accounts? Like, they had President Trump's account. They had, like all of these powerful people's accounts to people look up to millions and millions of followers, and all they did was some bullshit Bitcoin scheme and only got $100,000 out of it. They could have fucked the world off.
You know what?
It would just.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. They could have fucked some shit up because of how entrenched we are in the social media. They could have hit these accounts and said various different things, and et cetera, and people would have panicked. It would have been on news in seconds, and people would have lost their fucking shit. But instead, they post this same copy paste thing across all of these big accounts. People realize, oh, it's some bullshit. It's stupid, and don't fall for it, even though some people did. But like I said, they could have fucked some shit up. They really could have done some damage, but that's what they chose to do. So I guess, maybe they weren't that creative, but thank God that's all they did, honestly.
Now, the thing is about that Twitter hack, it actually revealed some more information. Besides hacking Obama, Biden, Elon Musk, and guys like that, it revealed that Twitter does ban certain people with certain viewpoints, like shadow banning. And the owner, Jack Dorsey, literally went to Congress saying that Twitter doesn't shadow ban. He took he did the testimony and everything, swore oath, saying that. But these hacks have revealed that they have certain categories that only the admins know, like this person's banned, permanently banned, shadow banned, comments getting deleted, like YouTube. And and I know Trump said something about going after big tech, and at this point, I don't see any other option because these people have had the narrative a certain way. And instead of it supposedly being a free circus of ideas, long as it's not extremely offensive or could kill someone, Yeah. But they've been bought and sold by certain people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It is what it is.
They're picking and choosing, and that's the part that's fucked up. But that shows, again, the power that they have, because these big tech companies realize how powerful their platforms are. So if we just cut off little bits of information, it won't seem like much is going on. You'd have to really be paying attention to catch it, but it would control the narrative a certain way. Even with Google, like I say, we're so heavily dependent on it that if they don't show certain results, you don't think anything of it. Google's going to give me the best results. They're going to give me, no, they're a company that is in business for themselves, and they are going to give the results that make it best for their business. And that's why they put, YouTube results over, maybe other video results that have, better options. Like, it's just all kind of stuff you got to realize. And, they have too much power. I mean, they really do. They honestly do have too much power. Mm-hmm. If you're not going to let people be able to speak freely, like, then either, you have to be regulated too. If you're going to restrict people, then you need to be regulated. That's how I feel.
Man, that's what it is right there, bro. It's all people being bought and sold. Yeah. Meanwhile, you got Bill de Blasio, the New York mayor, I believe. Mm-hmm. He posted a bunch of cops to guard the Black Lives Matter mural that's on the street in front of Trump Tower. Meanwhile, that's Chicago. A 5-month-old baby was grazed by a bullet, and 2 other adults got shot in Chicago just last night.
Wow.
So they out here shooting at 5-month-olds, man. I'd say the problem's a bit bigger than a mural, but whatever, bro.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's to the point where, like I say, just you getting kids, you're getting knocked off almost daily. It seems like now. I mean, it's one thing with grown-ups, and then now you're talking about children. That's crazy.
Yo, 34 kids in Chicago from January to now are dead by shootings. 160 altogether were shot, wounded. 34 were killed. Now, to compare that to, I'm going to throw it back a little bit back in time, the Atlanta child murders that happened from 1979 to 1981. Now, there were about 28 black children that were murdered by a serial killer, supposedly for 2 years. So in 2 years back in the 79 to 81, 28 black kids were killed. In 6 months in this year, 34 black kids have been killed.
That's wild.
So, I mean, that just comparing that, I mean, it's insane.
But like, my thing is, what is the age range that they're considering children, like in Chicago, the ones that got shot? Are we talking about like under 17 or 18, under 18, or are we talking like is there a specific age range that they're using for that?
Oh, for the Atlanta child murders? Or?
No, for the ones in Chicago.
Oh, Chicago, my bad. It's kind of breaking up. I apologize. I couldn't hear that one. They just said children, so I'm assuming 16 and below.
Okay.
Or 17 and below. So, but we know three-year-olds getting killed out here, 5-year-olds, 8-year-olds. We know that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's just crazy shit, man.
I don't know. Yeah, that's why I gave my niece a big hug this morning when I saw her. After she tried to bite me, of course. She a little brat. I know. I know. But, I just always tell her I love her, and she knows, because, look, this is the thing. If you're raising kids, and I'm not a parent, but especially with a daughter, and you're the father, look, let that girl know you love her. Because the love you don't show her, some other dude on the street's going to give her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that comes from me, her uncle, I mean, her other uncle as well, and her father.
Yeah.
We don't play that shit. That's just a little personal insight in Daniel, but you know, that's all I really got onto. It's been about 11 minutes now. I'm just saying, man.
Oh, look, I didn't even look at the thing. I forgot. But not. You know, but it's the right thing. You're definitely absolutely right about that. That you know, you got to show, especially young girls, you got to show them, you know, the proper love, so that as they grow up, they know what it is, and they're not thinking that some of this bullshit that some women stand for is true love, because it's not. And so you got to learn. You got to show them. That's the only way they'll know. So I definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm. And that's one more thing. It's like this whole thing with OnlyFans. I just had to bring this up. It's like the usual rules of attraction and getting to know men and women and dating. It's like it's all going out the window. Mm-hmm. All it is now is dudes get online. Hopefully, they find some chick that goes to their school or where they work in their little area, and just hopefully she has OnlyFans. And then you beat your dick, and that's it. I swear that's what it's coming down to. What the fuck's going on with our society, bro? This is the downfall of Western civilization.
Yeah, it's just all about the hustle at this point. Yeah, it's everything is terrible. I agree. Like we're gonna have to talk about that soon too. I think it's bad. Like I think things are just it's really really crazy. And it's so much shit going on. But yeah, I agree, man. OnlyFans, motherfuckers dating I don't know, man. Like, because they're talking about it's gonna be 2022. They say it's the summer of 2022 before things get normalized. Is what they believe. You know what I'm saying?
No, this what's have to do with election. We'll see. Matter on who wins, how shit gets normalized. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, I think it's gonna be real crazy.
Watch a lot of this BLM stuff quiet down. A lot of Antifa stuff quiet down. Watch a lot of that Corona shit quiet down. Mattering on who wins, or we're just gonna ramp it up again. One or the other.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if it, I'm just gonna wait and see. I have no more thoughts. That's a bit. All right, Mr. Dan, man, I won't hold you any longer, but I appreciate you calling in and getting the party started this evening.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all be safe, man. Hug your babies like I do, and y'all have a good day. Wash your hands.
Yes, sir. All right, all right, I appreciate Woke. Appreciate the love. Man, I'm telling you, man, it's such a crazy world. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
What's up, Honcho? It's Wokety Woke.
Wokety Woke. What's the motherfucking deal? How are you this evening, sir? It's been a little while.
Yeah, man, it has. I was kind of going through my own shit, getting my stuff together, and then I got sent to work from home. And so I worked from home, and my wife, my kids wouldn't let me sit down with the headphone in my ear for more than 5 minutes.
I dig it. Okay, so are you still operating from the house? Or are you back on site, or what you got going?
Say it again.
I said,
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
I said, it's probably the phone back to tripping again. I said, are you still operating from the house? Or are you back on site, or how they got you working now?
Yeah. They sent me back to work, but I got a different job, and that's another reason I tried to stay off social media, because they do like some super special background check, and I was like, maybe I should just be smart and be quiet.
Yeah.
But that's over now too. So.
Okay. Congratulations on that. That's what's happening, man. So what are your thoughts about the topic tonight, or whatever's going on in the world? There's been a lot of stuff since we last talked, so whatever's on your mind, man.
Well, I think that the whole Kanye thing is funny, just like how people are trying to figure out like why, or what's the angle, or what's the deal. Like, they're still forgetting the fact that, in my opinion, all of them are in the same shit. Trump included. They're all in the same shit. Because if you think about it, I know a lot of people are like, well, Trump's not a politician, and that's why I like him, or whatever.
Yeah.
But after Obama, can you think of a better person to have come into office that we would have the results with everything going on? We would have the current results we have right now. Can you think of any politician that would have had this much division and anger and craziness going on if they were in office?
No, I don't think so. So I think even if Hillary would have slid in somehow, some way, I think I don't think that people responded with as much hate because it's been some real crazy stuff going on. People would have been upset, but I don't think they would have responded the way that some people have under Trump.
So to me, he's just part of the plan. Like, they're all still homies. Trump was on Epstein Island just like Clinton was. They're all still homies. And so when you bring a dude like Trump in, who's skilled in the art of acting like an asshole and saying whatever's on his mind, and you know that this is what's going to happen, because a lot of the stuff that's happening right now where the government has the kind of power that they have when they're declaring certain shit, that seed was planted after 9/11. So we're just now seeing almost 20 years later the effects of something that happened almost 2 decades ago. So this is a plan. Like, we're all out here playing checkers. They're playing chess. This is actually like a battle between good and evil. But I don't know what Kanye's doing. That dude trips me out, bro. Like, his whole Sunday thing where he like goes and sings in random cities, and I don't understand what he's doing. I just think like this is another opportunity for him to like get a little more absorbed in himself. Like, I know he can't really think. You know what? He's delusional. He might think he could be the president.
He could. I'm hoping he doesn't, but he could. This is Kanye we're talking about.
It's very possible. But my whole thing is like, I don't understand this thing where people are still trying to find the political party that they side with. Because right now we're at a point where we can keep fighting each other while they do what they do. But until people separate themselves from their political party and we could deal with our differences later and we could change the political party, we could change the political system in this country, that's the only way anything is ever going to change. Which I think we're too far gone as it is right now. Something very traumatic is going to happen. And either this is the end of the world, or by the time this shit is done, you could buy a bank building with some gold and diamonds. Women are going to start feeling like they need men again. Men are going to stop acting like women. And the order of the way things are supposed to go is going to be reset by the end of it. Or this shit is it. This is the end of this shit. God is going to wipe this shit out and say start over.
Man, it's really funny because like I said, I've been sitting back looking at some things just lately, like the last like 2 or 3 weeks,
breaking
especially.
up again.
It's still breaking up. I don't know what's going on with this. I think it's this line. I keep saying I need to switch companies. I'm gonna really have to do it this month because it's been a lot of this. Let me see something. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, got some robot shit going on. How about now? Does it sound any better now?
Say it again.
Yeah, still breaking up. I was trying to say, does it sound any better now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Now, I say it's real funny because, like I said, the last few weeks, I've just been looking at things, right? And it feels that way. It feels like we are pushing the boundaries of the way things are right now. And I do feel like there is some type of major shift about to happen. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's political. I don't know if it's I don't know. Like I just have no idea. But it just to me, I've been getting this vibe lately, like there's going to be a major occurrence that's going to change the way that we live. Like I think the COVID thing already has, but I think it's going to be something else that's going to really shake things up. I don't know why I've been feeling that way lately.
something major is coming. Something major is going to happen, and you could tell, you could feel it in the air. Like, and it's not just political, but I've been saying for a long time something very traumatic is going to happen because we're out of order. We're all the fucking way out of order as a society. Dan was kind of talking about some of the stuff that the youth is doing right now, and there's an order to life, you know. And I was going to call in last night actually, but because I saw the title of your video. The only reason I didn't call, I said I'm going to listen to his intro, And if he reads the page to BLM, I'm just going to get off the video. But if he doesn't read the what we're about, I'm going to have to call in and read it to everybody.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Because we're out of order, man. And it's all about, really, to me, it's about a difference between either you're righteous or you're not, is the situation that we're finding ourselves in right now. Because a lot of people really feel the way that they feel. And calling a family with a mother, a father, the father presiding over the household and financially bringing stability to the home, calling that Western nuclear is stupid, because that's been how it was since the beginning of time.
Exactly.
You motherfuckers are the ones wanting something different. That's the way it was in the beginning of time. But that's how we are out here. Dudes will leave their kids with some lady that they hardly know to grow up without them. Women will run men off, and it's destroying our society.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing we're out of order about. And that's what the scriptures say. I'm going to turn, God says, I'm going to turn the hearts of the fathers towards the children and the hearts of the children towards the fathers, or else. So if we don't want to get on that train, we could deal with the or else.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And like I said, it took me a bit. Growing up, I had a single mom for the most part. I knew my dad, and they were married early on. They divorced, about 10. And, so I kind of saw both sides of things. And I never really realized how big of an issue it was. Again, like I said, until I got a little bit older, I got to a relationship and I just saw things like the impact of a male presence and what it does. And I don't understand how people don't see that, how you have people who are actively encouraging people to continue to increase the rate of single mothers. Like, that's an okay thing. Like, this is what we need. And I'm not saying that, the ones that are out there, oh, you're all terrible or anything like that, but we know that it's a struggle for one person to try to operate and maintain a family, whether it be man or woman. But to also to be missing that balance that, that is needed in the house, to encourage people to it's just, it's baffling to me. But again, like I say, the biggest thing with that was just the whole BLM things that's mentioned. That you didn't mention a man anywhere in the whole conversation. Like, whole lot of words, and you could find one time of the word man other than trans men, so we know they're not talking about biological men or whatever. But those things are questionable.
Yeah, and I've been on that for a few years now. I've lost some friends behind that by telling them, like, if you're a black man and you're straight and you have a wife and kids and you live in the same home and you have traditional values, they don't like you. So you need to stop hashtagging them and all that other shit. They don't like you. They don't mess with you.
Correct.
Like, they would mess with you if you were a stay-at-home dad and your wife went to work and you allowed her to fuck other dudes. Like, they would like you then. But if you're a traditional male, they don't like you anyway. They wouldn't mess with George Floyd.
No, absolutely.
He was straight. Until he died, and then they're like, oh, we got something to jump on.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the crazy thing, but for some reason, people don't seem to see that. What the fuck is this? It's crazy. I don't know what it is doing that. Yeah, and that's the thing. And like I say, and it's what makes it so obvious, and that's why I try to tell people, hey, when you're looking at it, if you support, I can't tell you what to fucking support. I can, people make their own decisions, but if you look at it from somebody else's perspective, and that's why I say look at it from the perspective of a black man. And if you're looking to see, well, what does this organization have in store for me? What do they, how do they represent me? And you see they're not one bit, they're not talking about anything. You should have no interest in that. And you should be looking for something or trying to create something that has, your interest involved in it, so. But
yeah. Well, and everybody, they're asking for more government. Both sides, not just the liberals, the conservatives, so-called conservatives, the Republicans, they're asking for more government too, because they've got it to a point now where they're okay with federal police coming in and disbanding protests, basically overtaking the jobs of the local police forces. And then on the other side, they're like, we still want you to take care of us, we just want you to do it differently.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter which side you go, more government is not the answer to everything that's going on. It's each person going back to their community and policing their own community, regardless of whatever their color is. If you go back to your community and you're so-called black and you live in a black community, you need to police that community. Same for the so-called white people, the Hispanic people. They need to go back to their community and police their own community. You don't like violence? Tell the drug dealers stop selling drugs or they can't stay there no more, and be united as a community. Tell the people that leave their kids and you know, hey, I seen that dude's dad yesterday at the store. When I see him again, I'm going to whoop his ass and tell him go home and take care of his kids. Like, and it's simple stuff like that. That's the only way to change anything. Because if we're waiting on the government to change it, that's it. We're done. This shit is going to be civil war because people keep fighting with each other. And I'm going to go to like a mountain somewhere and just sit up there and wait for everybody to finish.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I just feel it's so much tension. It's so much anger. It's just people are just mad for, you know, I mean, I guess there's real reasons, but it's just like you said, I do agree. Both sides want more government. I don't think that's the solution. I think the more government intervention that you have, the less sense most of this shit makes, you know, but I don't know. I don't know that people want it. I don't know what this thing is. I sound like I'm fucking getting like a damn alien or something's fucking plugging in. I don't know what the hell that is.
I've been waiting for a video about what people will do the day that they're not allowed to have cash anymore. That was like one of the first things I called when this shit started. Was this is leading to no cash. Man,
we definitely need to talk about it. It's been happening everywhere. Like I just was reading that banks instead of selling off a lot of these goddamn it foreclosures and stuff, they're actually buying them up. I mean, so they're seeing more and more people are saving money right now. Nobody's spending fucking cash, and people are like they're storing it up, saving it up, and then like I said, people are actually saving more money in the banks, and so they actually expect things to be pretty okay in the long term. I guess, you know, a lot of people were afraid, you know, saying that people were that was going to be pretty bad, but yeah, I guess people are just saving their money. They're afraid to spend. So we'll see what happens. But I think they are trying to move it to a cashless society. And so I definitely encourage people to figure some things out now. I can't tell you what to do about that, but there are some options. You know, I encourage you to look into those. But I don't think it's going to be ideal. I think it's going to be real problematic because they want to know everything you're doing. They don't even want you having, you know, personal transactions. You know, that's why all these other apps pop up with the Cash apps, with the Zelles and all these things. They want to know everything. They want to be able to track every single thing you're doing, you know what you got going on. So that's a scary thought.
So I got another question for you. So when the vaccine is ready, are you going to take the vaccine?
No, sir. Can't do it. Can't do it. I just look. The only thing I can do is remain natural. Like I have a fear of needles. One, even though I like tattoos, and then people say that's ass backwards. It's a different kind of needle. I don't want you fucking shoot me up full of shit. And it's just it's too much. It's too much questionable shit going on around this to be letting these motherfuckers direct me like with anything. So. It seems like a big money play, but it's just, I don't want nothing to do with it. And it's going to have to be at least 10 years, you know, to see the results, see the long-term effects, see how people react to it.
They're going to blow this out of proportion until they say that you need to have the vaccine to be a part of society, which is stupid because if you have the vaccine, aren't you supposed to be safe?
Yes.
But, like, this whole mask situation, like, there's not enough science to support it. Like, our governor, I don't know how it is in Texas, but our governor came on TV this past Thursday and said the virus is airborne now, so even if you're outside going for a run, you need to have your mask on. Like, man. I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. That doesn't make any. Said the virus is airborne. Coming to a vent near you. Like, everybody who's listening to this shit right now, it was like 109 degrees here the other day. Yeah. So, like, the people who listen to her were driving around in their car with no AC and a mask on. Like 109 degrees, just scared to death because they think the virus is airborne.
Yeah, man, damn that.
Yeah.
It's like, damn that. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's just the more I sit back and just observe, it's just the less and less sense this shit makes. The whole response to this thing, you see in other countries that are starting to bounce back. They're they're going back to normal for the most part. And it's like, we're supposed to be number one. We're supposed to be the world leader and all this stuff. And it's like we're still struggling to figure out what the fuck is going on. So then all the fucking false positives and all that shit that just came out in Florida, I find that extremely odd with 9.8%, but somehow it was 98%. You had all these people who were talking about that they went to go take tests but ended up leaving, that they never even took the test, and they got a fucking positive result back, mailed back to them.
Yeah. I know some people that happened to.
Really?
Yeah, it was a family. So I know one that I heard word of mouth. Like somebody told me, oh, my friend went to what's called over here Balloon Fiesta Park. They have a testing site set up there. And they went, and the line is hella long, bro. Like, you'll sit in line for like 8 hours. You might get there like at 10 in the morning and not get tested.
Oh, no.
Because you waited so long. That's how scared these people out here are. So they'll go, she went and got in line, and they register you when you get in line. Instead of registering when you get there to test, they register you whenever you get there. And she registered or whatever, turned around because the line was too long, and she got a phone call a couple of days later saying she was positive.
Wow.
But I know something that was word of mouth. I don't know that person, but I know somebody who has 5 kids and a wife, and one of them had gotten exposed, and so they ordered the home test. Well, the first place that they called, they were on back order, so they called another place, and then they got the home test like 2 days later, took the test, sent them in, and they got negative test results. But the original one on back order, it got sent to their pad, and then they just returned it. They never even opened it, and they got a call from that place saying that all 7 of them are positive.
What the fuck?
And this dude wouldn't lie to his wife to keep from fighting with her. Like, this dude he's not a liar. Like, there's no reason for him to lie to me about that.
Well, that's crazy. So why do you think this is happening?
The shit is in the stick. The shit is in the stick. They'll give the shit to you. They'll shove it in your nose and give you COVID. Like, that's why America's no. And I think Trump was kind of alluding to that, but he knew he needed to shut up. Whenever he was like, we need to slow down the testing because the testing is why we're getting so many cases. And he ended up sounding like an idiot. I think he was trying to say, like, it's because of the way, like, the testing that they're doing, that's what's causing this.
Yeah.
But he had to shut up. He couldn't completely come out and say it. So he ended up just shutting up, and then he looked stupid. But I feel like I get what he was saying.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I didn't even think of it like that. That's fucking crazy. The only person I think I know, I got an uncle. He's locked up in the county right now. He's been there for a while. Apparently, he hasn't. I talked to my mom the other day, and I didn't even know that. And
hold on 1 second, Honcho. I'm sorry.
All right. So, like, what if there's aliens trying to reach us, right? What if they feel like the den is the only sane place on Earth? I'm going to say place on Earth. It's like,
my bad, man.
That was all good. Yeah, but you're saying, so the guy, the 7 people, they get all positive tests, and they didn't even take it. And that's a wild thing. Like, why do you think that people or these places are doing that? Like, do you think it's a deliberate intention to get people sick? Do you think that there's a plot that it's that deep that certain people are so intent on, destroying Trump's chances? Do you think it's a political thing? Like, because it might not be political at all in your opinion, but why do you think this is happening?
because Satan is the greatest deceiver to ever exist. Like, the shit is deep. This is not just, this is a battle between good and evil. This is a battle between righteous and evil. That's what's happening right now. And there's a lot of stuff happening that is prophesied in the Bible, not just things that are going on as far as in our country where we can't get along and we're starting this race war and pestilence and these things. Like, there's peace talks going on right now in the Middle East that are prophesied. There's land changes that are happening that were prophesied. But that's what it really is. To me, you know, like, and the thing is that same thing as in the scriptures. It says that if people don't understand these things, it's because they don't have the Holy Ghost. So that's okay. It's not for everybody. Like, if Trump is your God, then you believe that it's an attack on Trump. If the government is your God, then you believe the government's protecting you. Like, it all just depends on who your God is, because everybody has one.
That's a good point. I'm trying to get enough. Okay. I don't know. Anything else that's on your mind? Anything else that's been going on that you may want to speak on?
No, man, that was it. It was good to talk to you, Honcho.
Absolutely, talk to me. Absolutely woke, man. It's good to hear from you, man, and I hope all is going well. Again, congratulations on a new gig, and I hope things continue to trend up for you, man.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
God bless you.
Man, thank you, man. You too. Always good to talk to boy. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, my favorite host. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Miss Rashida. How are you this evening? I mean, like, what is...
I'm doing wonderful. Hey, everybody in the den. How are y'all doing?
You sound unusually chipper this evening. It's all going... I mean, what's with the good mood?
Oh, nothing, Honcho. I figured I'd try to be nice since I've been calling in this motherfucker and you ain't been answering my goddamn call. And then the other goddamn night, you cut the motherfucking line off on me. So, anyway, how are things going with you, Honcho?
And that all is well. Now that things are back to normal. No, everything's good. Everything's good. So, I apologize, Miss Rashida, if I missed or dissed your calls.
No, you ain't missed. You been skipping my calls, and then you cut the den line off on me. You saw me calling, and then took your ass to the Discord.
Well, you need to come
You
to the
lucky I
Discord.
don't know how to chat in there yet, because I was ready to tell your ass something.
What you mean you don't know how to chat? All you gotta do is hit the button. Or you might, I don't know. Depends if you got the
I
top.
don't know what motherfucking button. I barely know how to get in that motherfucker, so I'll just be in there listening sometimes. I creep in there.
Maybe ear hustling.
Yeah. And then you be outing me and shit. That's Rashida. They don't know my name.
No, I didn't say that. That wasn't me.
You a damn okay.
That was not me.
Go.
That last time you was here,
Right.
that was not me. I promise. Because I saw it. It was because when somebody asked, I laughed. I didn't say anything. I didn't say it was.
No, you say that's the pettiest one in the den.
Well, I mean, the name is
Everybody
petty.
Everybody know.
The
Everybody
name is,
know who that is.
but the name is petty, right? So I'm just saying, if the name that is selected is petty, I'm just inferring that this person must be the pettiest in the den. If you've selected a petty name, I'm just, adding on to the name. I tried to make it work. It ain't worked that well, but I was trying.
I'm coming now. I'm coming now under a new name. That's all right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, get a fresh start.
Look, that's a lie, because I don't even know how to get in there under a new name. Shit. So whatever. Just whatever.
Well, just be Miss Petty and join us in the conversation. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
So what's on your mind? So which
talking about Kanye?
Yeah, Chi-Town, yeah.
Yeah, she is Chi-Town. She is Chi-Town originally, but I wasn't gonna vote.
You wasn't gonna vote for him? Why
Just
not?
because you black don't mean you gonna get my vote. Shit, you ain't got no political experience or nothing. We need somebody in there that knows what the hell they doing. We already got a clown with a crown in there. Shit. My girl Nancy Pelosi said he putting our whole country at risk because he don't want to listen to the head of the infectious control some shit. So yeah, I can't rock with him no more.
You know,
I rock with my girl Nancy Pelosi. That's my girl right there.
I'm laughing because you said the head of infectious control, some shit.
Yeah, disease control, some shit.
Okay.
You know, some shit like that.
Okay.
I forget all the names. It was some shit like that though.
Is some shit some shit is a part of the official name?
Huh?
That's what you know what, from now on, I want to be the head of some shit. Hoss. You just call me Hoss. When you see me, you say, what's up, Hoss? You know what I'm saying? Head of some shit. I don't know what I'm the head of, but I'm the head of some shit. So just holler at me. Say, what's up, Hoss? All right, bet. That works for me. All right, cool. Okay, so you say you partners with Pelosi. I think that's a terrible thing, but hey, you know, if you with it, I get it.
Hey, you remember when I told you? I was gonna call her? I showed the first did call her and left her a message.
Did she call you back?
No, she ain't called me back. I ain't leave no number for her to call me back. Maybe I should call again and leave a number. Maybe she will call.
At least tell her to send you some kente cloth. You know what I'm saying? At least, you know, she can hook it up for you.
We need to have a talk. We need to have a talk because they out here on some bullshit, and I need some resolution.
So
before it be a revolution. Resolution or revolution, goddamn.
What about evolution?
I'm tired of this bullshit going on.
So you said I missed some of your calls from the last couple of days, right?
Right.
Okay, so did I miss your call yesterday?
Huh?
I said, did I miss your call yesterday?
Yes, you did. I tried to call in yesterday.
Okay, well, what were your thoughts on yesterday's topic?
You were talking about the Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Okay. What, you want to know my opinion on?
Yeah, you said you were trying to call in, so I was curious, maybe, you know, what it was that you may have wanted to say.
No, because if I really tell you how I feel about what you were saying, then I'm going to get put out the den, and I ain't got nowhere else to go.
Nah, you will not get put out the den. Look, no, you know what? I am encouraging you to voice your opinion. I grant you immunity. I grant you immunity that I cannot block you, no matter what you say in this phone call, as long as it's related to Black Lives Matter. I think I'm not gonna get mad. I want to know your honest opinion.
I'm good. I'm good. Black Lives Matter. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, boo. So, because I don't know where Bad Bougie went. She got mad at me. She ain't showed up for the last.
You know what? I say a little bit on it.
Okay.
Now, I've always known that the BLM was for the was headed for was in control by the LGBTYXB people, and you know, so that wasn't never no shock to me. So the way I looked at it was, what kind of agenda they gonna push? You know, besides they own. You know, at some point. Now they got all this funding, you know, hey, maybe they will do some programs for the black people, but I don't know, I doubt it, because they don't even have different locations and shit.
And if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not tripping, didn't Bank of America just pledge $1 billion to that shit?
Yeah, they got a lot of money now, but they ain't always had that kind of money. So I don't know what they gonna do with that money. Shit, I didn't donate none of it, so that ain't my business to ask them what they gonna do with it.
Man, but do your life matter? Look, your life matter. Now, you know, they need to pay.
People that donated, it's up to the people that donate to ask them what they gonna do with their money. But that's something you supposed to know before you donate.
Man, but they don't. But again, do
you
think?
Know what? That's why Rashida don't donate to now, motherfucker. You know that?
Yeah.
Because a lot of these places, a lot of that money goes to the salaries and shit. It don't even actually reach the people. You know what I'm saying? When I heard the motherfucking Red Cross and United Way and shit, people donating all their motherfucking money to help them people overseas and shit, and then time out 90% of that got to go to salaries and all this shit. Cause the people overseas was wondering why the fuck they ain't getting the help. They know people are donating millions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they get nickels and dimes and shit off of all the millions of dollars. Y'all ain't getting my motherfucking money to play with and take expensive trips and shit. Fuck that. So I keep my shit to myself. Yeah, I ain't got no motherfucking money to be getting away. Shit, it's hard out here for a pimp trying to make some money, pay the rent.
Okay, but you said, and again, like I said, I think different perspectives for different people. But you said you had an issue with what I was saying about it, right?
No, the issue I had with what you were saying was you were saying like they don't do nothing for the straight black men. They were founded by a bunch of lesbians.
Okay.
What you think they gonna do? What you think?
But how could you be upset? Okay, well then use the face.
You think lesbians like men?
No, I'm well aware that they don't. You know. But here's my thing, though. But they have no problem putting the faces of those dead black men on that site. You definitely use that for attention. So why?
Could have been in the LGBT
tomatoes.
Been, you know,
who got tomatoes? You growing fresh tomatoes?
I don't know that damn girl, what's her name? B. Simone got me saying that shit.
Lettuce, bacon, and tomato. I can't lie, she ain't funny, but that shit was funny. Lettuce, bacon, tomato.
And I've been flipping up saying that dumb shit every I apologize to the LGBT shit. That ain't my fault, so y'all need to get on her ass.
What is G? Gravy? Maybe what?
I just flipping up because I can't hardly remember, but I remember that shit she said. Got the tomatoes.
That shit was funny though. That shit, because you think about it.
Fun.
But my thing is just that, like I said, you know. But my thing is okay. Even though it's founded by lesbian women, right? Okay, cool, right. Fine, whatever. Then why not use the faces of the women who have been, you know, beaten or killed or anything like that? But I mean, if you're promoting, because I mean, why use presumed straight men for your cause, but yet say we'll use you as our you know to get attention, but we don't want to do anything for you. We're not going to offer anything to benefit you. Do you think that's fair?
No, but first of all, they ain't the only people that use black people.
Okay.
Prey on the black dog.
But no, I absolutely agree with that. But we're not talking about other people. We're talking about the main organization that's trying to represent.
You got to pull everybody to the table. You got to side with the motherfucking Asian people.
But here's my thing. But the Asian people are not coming out saying that we're representing black people. Black Lives Matter is an organization. They
damn sure don't do nothing. They damn sure don't do nothing in the communities where they reap all their money from.
But here's my thing. They can
throw a motherfucking picnic or something, a barbecue or something.
But that is
bitch fry or something shit. Give back to the goddamn community that's been putting money in y'all motherfucking pocket.
But that's the beauty of capitalism, right?
Motherfucking $1 billion worth of hell and shit every goddamn year, and we don't see. But you know what? Some of this our own stupidity.
But that's capitalism, right? You know what? Hey, if people didn't do people like they did Destiny Harrison.
If you don't like the way somebody uses your image, there you got to decide to create your own shit.
But what I'm saying,
you can control how it's run. And when somebody else can control something, you don't really have no say so.
But that's my thing though. But that don't seem roachy to you because I'm not gonna be out in a rush. Like even it was a situation. When one of my
black men can't get together and start their own.
They do. There are some organizations. There are several organizations that black men have started. Well, because they not because you know what they because you know what they're because you know what they're not doing. They're not out there because they're not out there attaching their name to every dead body that falls in the street. Why? Why not? Why not explore? Why not create on your own merit, and why not build on your own merit instead of attaching yourself to something? No, like to me, that's as bad as like who's that chick in the video game industry that everybody hates, and all she does is bitch about shit, but she don't ever really do nothing, and she be trying to force people to give her money. Like my thing is disgusting. No, not her. But she's terrible too. But it's like. My thing is this: I have no idea, no problem with whatever they're doing if that's what you're gonna do. But then use women. If you're a lesbian and you ain't promoting men, you don't want to offer nothing to men, you want to disrupt the male family, you want to kick the man out the house, and we have seen all the results from that and why that what that causes, further detriment, further discord, and the people who anybody who believes that that's okay is it's like you're part of the problem. Okay, and what I'm saying,
it's like one of them situations. Mm-hmm. It's one of them situations where we don't like y'all, but we gonna use y'all.
Exactly.
And they ain't the only ones. They're not the only ones that's doing.
But here's the thing, though, because you mentioned the Asian community, right? But the Asian community is an option. Black people have an option there. You have a choice to say, well, I'm going to spend my money with you, or I'm not going to spend my money. Why not?
They supply some of the best hair, so. Not really. It's not really too many.
No, it is. It's guess what the other option is then. If it's that big of an issue. But do you know what the but that's what I'm saying though. But do you know what the next issue is though? If it becomes that big of a problem and you don't like the service you're receiving.
You know what? I don't really fuck with them Asian people like that, and I don't give a fuck who say I'm racist. Y'all can't cancel me like y'all cancel Nick Cannon. Because I don't give a fuck. I ain't rich, so it don't matter to me. I don't give a fuck. I can say the fuck I want to say about any race I want to say about. Ain't nobody gonna do shit about it.
So Chicago Mike gonna pull up on your door. You gonna hear a knock. Gonna be Chicago Mike at your door. It's gonna be on.
Yeah, that's gonna be Chicago Mike. He's gonna get his ass. He's gonna get his ass blow out too. I was just no fucking wood come to my nose.
Whoa, I don't really. She said that one time, David.
Like a motherfucker got on his ass. Please.
Oh man, but
big tough shit. So he realized that people from Chicago in the motherfucking being.
I'm telling y'all, he gonna be out there.
He wouldn't drop that address, so.
If he's gonna pull up, he wanted all the smoke. But my thing is this, though, right? Ultimately, here's the thing: you're talking about a nonprofit that runs out, and every time, like I say, someone is killed.
But they've been out for how long? Black Lives Matter been out? They've been out for what, 7, 8 years?
They've been out for a while since around between like the Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin type situation. That's kind of where it happened. Now, what y'all got to realize too.
It seems like it ain't become a problem till they start getting money. If they still wasn't making no money, people probably wouldn't even give a fuck.
But what y'all got to realize is it's some stuff that's real foul with that thing because.
You give people time.
But my thing,
I think they really just start making money.
But my thing is, I don't think they give a fuck. I think they got. Here's my thing: if you got money in your coffers. It don't look. You can use it once you got it. You can use it. It don't take that much time. If you are a part of the black community, you know where the problems lie. If somebody told me right now, Honcho, we got a particular issue. If it was something I'm familiar with, and they said we got a particular issue that we need to fix. We think you're the guy that can fix it. Or if I'm putting myself represented, I'm going to be able to knock it out. If the money's in my hand, we're going to be able to get something done in a relatively quick matter of time. Even if somebody was to tell me, like, and I have no real ideas, but I'm pretty sure I could formulate a plan really quick. Somebody said, hey, we're going to give you $1 million. We want you to go benefit the community somehow, some way.
Which community you going to go to?
If they said go to the black community.
Where you going to start?
I'm going to go to, but here's my thing. I'm going to go to a low-income community where, I can make it stretch the most. I can impact the most people. I'm not going to go somewhere where the dollar's not going to stretch. And I'm going to go where I can benefit. And I'm going to put some things in place for the maximum benefit of those people.
How do you know them people equipped to do that kind of shit, though? These 3 lesbians, they do lesbian shit. We don't know if they
But they put themselves in that position to be that. But they put themselves in the position, or you go find somebody who's equipped to do that. You know what I'm saying?
They might not have the capability, right? They might have to hire people. They might have to bring on additional people. All that kind of shit takes time.
But that shit don't take that long. If you'd have been around for years, if you've been around for years, it don't take that long.
Anyway, like I was saying earlier, I don't support their organization. I just support the premise of the Black Lives Matter.
Okay, so then you saying the same thing I'm saying. Like, you saying the same thing then. Because like I said,
I guess I didn't understand what the fuck you were saying then.
Yeah, like I said, the idea that Black Lives Matter, right. They should be treated equal, absolutely. But the fucking organization, no.
All that other shit they were talking about on their website, I can't rock with all that.
But that's them. But that's all I'm trying to say though. But that's them. Like, you see how much stuff they can dedicate to gender issues. LBTC issues. What does gender and LGBT have to do with being black? Like,
right, but when I say Black Lives Matter, I'm just saying it by the slogan, by the hashtag. I'm not saying Black Lives Matter.
But the thing is, when you are saying that, when you are just saying the slogan or the hashtag, you are saying that because that's the organizational name. If you go in the records.
How you gonna tell me what I'm saying?
Because that's what you said. That's what you said. But that's the thing, though. That's why everybody's confused because you're talking about an organization who is winning legally stake their claim to the name. You talking about the Three Musketeers.
Because you ready to get into some bullshit.
You talking about the Three Musketeers. I already know. You know what I'm saying? You already told me about Lori. I already know you got a affinity for Lori. So then out of the Three Musketeers and came and started an organization. You spreading their hashtag.
Donald Trump needs to build that wall. He needs to build that wall right around motherfucking Texas. Because y'all ass need to stay up in Texas.
But
y'all cold.
Man, look. Here's the thing.
Florida too. Y'all ass need to stay there. They ass need to stay in Florida too.
I would be A-okay with them building a wall around Texas. And so all the rest of y'all can stay out. You Chi-Town, y'all stay out. The California folks, wherever y'all at, y'all stay out.
Y'all ain't got to worry about us coming down there.
I fucks with y'all where y'all at. Y'all can't come to Texas. You know what I'm saying?
You damn sure ain't going to Disney World. Fuck all that too. Yeah.
You can't get into Disney World now. All the basketball players, they got it on lock. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's my thing. Like, we're like I say, basically we're on the same page. Again, like I said, the organization, and I think that's what skewed everything. You know what I'm saying? Because when you say Black Lives Matter, that's what people automatically think. Whether you're just saying, hey, I feel like things are unfair. But how? But how? I mean, how can you expect certain people to be able to tell the difference? Like, if I'm not fully immersed into this whole change or this new idea of what's going on, but I'm just catching the news and I'm seeing, okay, Black Lives Matter organization, protesters, such a start a riot, right? Okay, whatever. And it may or may not been. We know that there's been some outside agitators, infiltrators, and all these other things going on. We know that if you're paying attention. But if you're not paying attention, you just kind of everyday person and you're casually catching it, you're like, wow, these people just fuck some shit up. They always doing this negative. And again, depending on where you're getting your news from, too, because different places are going to paint things different. If you're getting it from a particular online source, they're going to have a narrative. A particular cable news is going to have a narrative. Or if you just catch it on your evening news, it's going to be different. So my thing is just that if you're casually catching these references to BLM, and when you see those references, it's negative. Right. But then you get on Facebook or you get on social media and you see somebody talk about, hashtag Black Lives Matter, you're like, what the fuck? Why are they supporting this crazy organization where people are doing crazy shit and, fucking shit up? So you're going to have a negative connotation to it. You're not going to realize, okay, Black Lives Matter is a phrase that people using, and then it's a organization. Like, it's too much, especially if you're not invested into it like that. So, like, I get where people get mixed up.
But you know what? I never really understood why the lesbians was behind it anyway. But that ain't my bad. You know what I'm saying? That's on them. They want to do what they do better. But I can't follow it. Hey.
But that's my thing, though. So do you think that they came in with deceptive intentions?
But I really don't see them pushing no gay agenda. I don't see them with rainbows and shit on the Black Lives Matter.
What do you mean?
So
I mean,
I don't know.
Well, I mean, the agenda it's right there. It's written right there that they're talking about.
Maybe they wait.
They are pushing
I
an
don't
agenda.
know. I mean, it's on the website, but I don't really see
That's the agenda. I mean, what are you talking about? Like, even some of these Black Lives Matter rallies turned into Black Trans Lives Matter. How many? What are you talking about here? Like, how many Black trans? What are you talking about? Like the trans? I don't know how many. I think it was. I forgot. I think it was because I did a story last year. I'm gonna say it was. It might have been like late into the year, and it might have been like 26, 27 of them had gotten killed, right? And I don't think it was all black. So my thing is like, and I'm not dismissing anybody's life. Like, again, it's like everybody's life is important. You only got one. Stop eating fucking Burger King every day. Take care of yourself. If we're really talking about this shit, be healthy, too, you know. But my thing is like, how many of them are just clocking out to where that this thing is just such an epidemic that there's so many black trans? Like, I don't know how many died, like 5 or 6 a year maybe, because I'm assuming, you know, if we're divided amongst races, that there's probably some trans from other races that are dying. So if you got like maybe 30 in a year, let's split it up between, you know, 3 or 4 major races. So let's say like even 15 in a year. 15 people die for whatever is bad, I'm sure. But it's like, what is happening? Like, where is this taking place? And then you notice a lot of the times that this stuff happens, and I'm not saying it makes it right or wrong, there's some very sketchy ass situations going on, and like people just want to act like that don't happen. Like you remember the one I got into some arguments with some of them, and I'm sitting there pointing out basic facts that are obvious, but people want to act like it's not, and then, you know, people dismiss the shit. So I'm not saying that people shouldn't care, but like where is this happening? Where is it happening that you this overtakes, you know, that there's more black trans people dying and, you know, whatever died? And like I say, again, it's an issue, I think, of cleaning your own community. Again, but a problem like a lot of we got to do in the black community too, clean our own community up. So I think it's a both sides thing, you know. Yeah. You got to attack it on 2 fronts.
Hey, did you see Will Smith and Jada Pinkett at the red tape?
Will Smith and Jada Pinkett at the red tape. I saw some clips of it. I couldn't. I'm not gonna sit there and watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I couldn't find the whole clip, but Will looked so hurt. You know what I'm saying? And Jada, she does look kind of cold. I don't know.
Jada has very masculine demeanor. Like, if you look at that, Jada's the masculine one in that situation, and Will is the feminine one in that situation. And it's...
I don't think they respect him in his own house.
No, they don't. They don't. That's what I'm saying. Black dad lives matter.
Her son brought that man there for her.
So, you know...
And then she's talking about, she gonna say that it made her feel good. Like, it was all about you then. You really didn't care nothing about his feelings. And then she talking about son Will had broke up at the time, whatever. They separated. All of a sudden they separated.
But
I don't believe that shit.
No, neither, because they all in the picture. Y'all all in the motherfucking pictures together and shit.
Will was still in the goddamn house. How the fuck they would separate? They won't separate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's there's some sketchy shit going on. That's what I'm saying. It's just like I say, you know, it's just they whole affair, whatever you want to call it. Just it's too much going on. You know, she on the red carpet with the man. Like at first, the fact like she denied this shit. That's how you know Jada got some niggas. He is the man in that relationship. She denied that shit like.
She said her publicist did that. They said they publicist did that. They didn't do that. I don't believe that shit either.
Oh yeah, whatever you say. You know, that's what I mean. And so that tells you that right there. But again, they been calling her Jada Pinkett Smith Alcina. That shit had me tripping the fuck out. That's fucked up. You know, but my thing is, like I said, what?
I was only gonna be on here 10 minutes, but you've been talking a lot during my time, so I got one more thing to talk about, then I'm a.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize we were talking that long. See, because they get to get nonsensical with you, and you talking about some crazy that I have to argue with you and all this other stuff. And get you corrected, get you right on the back path.
Arguing. You just have your way you see things, and I have my way I see things.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
It is what it is. Oh, the last thing I want to talk about was Meg Stallion getting shot by her ex-boyfriend Tory Lanez at Kylie Jenner's house.
Wait. So Tory Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion?
Huh?
You said Tory Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion?
Yes, he did.
I thought they was riding together.
Huh?
I thought they was riding together.
They was dating, and she was trying to break up with him. It's on her. She didn't say he shot her, but it's on her. She made a post about it, and she said that she was shot and the victim of a crime. Mm-hmm. And the gun was in his car.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I mean, I heard him saying, all that, but
why you think he got arrested? Because he was a felon.
Because I thought he got arrested for being, having a gun. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't supposed to have a gun, but I ain't think.
He's already a felon.
Yeah, but I ain't think for shooting.
He's a Canadian rapper for those people that don't know him. Mm-hmm. He ain't but goddamn is 5'3" or something, 120 pounds.
That's terrible. That's sad.
And people, they've been dating like 8 months, and people been telling her to leave him alone. Mm-hmm. And she wished she had listened, but that night he got drunk and shit, and then she decided to finally leave him alone. And he ended up shooting her. She got the bullets out, and she in recovery and everything. But these young women need to leave these motherfucking rappers alone. Thug life and all this thug love, thug passion shit. That shit for the birds. She too young and beautiful and making too much goddamn money to be involved in some shit like this.
So if she was ugly and poor, she should be involved in some shit like that?
Huh?
So if she was old, ugly, and poor, she should be involved in some shit like that?
What you say?
I said, so if she was old, ugly, and poor, she should be involved in some shit like that?
Well, her options are more limited, so.
You just gotta take what she can get. You just gotta say, fuck it, I gotta take what I can get, huh? Fuck it.
I've noticed like a lot of these young successful women attach themselves to these thugs and everything. Get you a damn Urkel. Shit.
Man, you ain't want no Urkel when you was young.
I know I didn't, and I made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? If I knew then what I knew now, I would have grabbed me a goddamn Urkel. Shit. Put him on some damn Air Force Ones or whatever the fuck was popular at that time, dressed him up the way I wanted him dressed up, and kept him moving.
So you just
taught him how to do things the way I want them done, and kept it moving. Shit.
So you just gonna
a lot of
make
times
my clone.
After them thugs because they got that swag and they got that good thing, and so it is what it is. They say Tory Lanez got some real big lips. And they say he probably be putting her whole coochie in his... Oh, Lord. But, yeah, that's what they say. He be sucking the soul out of her. So, yeah. Anyway. I believe it. So what else she wrong with him? It's his short self. She's 5'10" and he's 5'3" or something. Please. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Mm-hmm.
You had to hang up now.
I'm just here listening.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna take this train off the track.
Mm-hmm. So that's the song of the year, "Crazy Train." So I can count on Miss Rashid to take it off the tracks.
That's right.
If the train goes off the tracks, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. What's happening?
I thought you should have been answering my calls the last few days instead of skipping my calls and
Well, ain't see,
cutting the line
but
off.
see, that's what happened when you be trying to wait till the end of the show to call. Then it'd be too late.
No, I was calling. I called like from the beginning of the show, still couldn't get through. I would hear that click like you could pick up my call, then it would skip, and then you would say, "What's the motherfucker did to somebody else?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" I know I was next, and I done got skipped.
There's no skip button on here. There just does not exist.
I need to come look at your setup, because I believe you skipping my goddamn call.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I'll let you inspect the setup and everything.
I'm coming to the back cave and look around, goddamn.
All right, Scotty gonna attack, so I hope he's strapped.
Some bullshit. Scotty ain't gonna do shit. Scotty, goddamn. Scotty like to eat something.
Anything. Scotty, if anything, fucking greedy.
Do he eat pizza food or do he like pizza food or regular or dog food?
Scotty eats anything, but he would definitely go crazy for some people food. He was harassed me earlier. I had a fucking chicken wing. This nigga was like really just stalking me down. He got offended, like he gave me this look because he thought I was gonna give it to him, and I just walked right past him. Mm-hmm. And I bent the corner and he chased me down and bit my sock. Yeah, so he wasn't happy.
Good job, Scotty, because he shouldn't be doing you like that.
Yeah, that's why Scotty is incapacitated at the moment now.
Don't be putting Scotty in time out, goddamn.
I mean, Scotty gets what he deserves.
I'm all them goddamn people on your ass. You better leave Scotty alone.
I'm gonna cut Scotty tomorrow. I'm thinking about streaming it live so y'all can see it, so I can prove that he's alive.
When the last time you put Scotty to get groomed and shit? Do you be taking care of Scotty good?
I'm gonna groom him myself. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I've been waiting for his hair to grow out a little bit because it's a certain style I wanted to try to do. I did it once. It looked pretty good that one time I did it. But
don't nobody say for you to do it. You don't know what the fuck you doing.
Man, I'm finna do that shit. Man, I only fucked him up like one time.
You be watching YouTube videos and shit, experimenting on Scotty looking all crazy.
Man, that shit, yeah. I be watching him.
And you better not cut him either. Shit.
I cut him once. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all be grooming them dogs to be accidentally cutting them and shit.
Nah, see what happened? Like, I be watching them Japanese videos where they be washing the little dogs and they're like tighten them. Them shit be getting me inspired. I be like, shit, I'm finna give this motherfucker. I be watching Caesar Milan and I watch some of their videos.
Japanese, you gonna watch the wrong one, they gonna end up eating that motherfucker.
Wow! Oh my gosh!
Oh, what they do eat dogs. Oh shit. What?
That's terrible. I thought that was the Chinese that actually ate the dog, not the Japanese.
Yeah, I don't know. They all look alike to me.
Yeah. Well, that's racist. That's extremely racist too.
I've been telling you I'm motherfucking racist.
That's I can't believe this.
I don't got to hide my shit. I ain't got to hide being racist. But
here's my thing, right? You know, and I'm gonna be honest, because it's hard for me to tell. Like, I don't know. I don't. That's why I always just use like the general term. And I actually made a buddy the other day, and he's an Asian guy, but I don't know the proper way to ask, because I'm curious. I'm like, you know, is he like Korean? Is he, you know, like Japanese or Asian? I don't know the difference. Like, I don't know what signifies it. But I bet there's a YouTube video.
They all look motherfucking alike. We ain't get mad when you call them the wrong race.
Now see, now you can't.
I'm not motherfucking Korean. I'm Japanese.
But what I'm saying,
I'm Chinese. I don't give a fuck.
But now, okay, now saying that, now if they said all niggas look alike, and we ain't even got no distinctions, distinctive countries to represent, can you get mad about that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Cause long as you ain't calling me whatever, then we good. Shit.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck.
All right. Oh, don't be out there simping footballing. Okay. Like I say, as long as you know.
You think I'm playing when I say I'm racist? I ain't fucking playing. I'm racist, goddamn.
I mean, it's all right. I think that it's okay to be racist.
And I'm fine with being racist. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think we have to live in a society. Like, I think that's part of the problem. Like but we're trying to force everybody to love everybody. Like,
and Nick Cannon, I know you listening. Don't apologize for a motherfucking thing. You say what the fuck you want to say. But what your ass should have did before you talk that shit was made sure you had a stake in wilding out. Now that's where your ass went wrong. Now, they ain't about to give you a motherfucking thing, and they ain't gonna give you a job back either. I can't believe you worked on that show all that goddamn time. Ain't had no ownership stake in that shit.
They finna have Terry Crews replace him on the show.
They finna replace him with who?
With Terry Crews. No, with Terry Crews. Terry Crews is gonna be the new host of Wild 'N Out. Terry
Crews, old coon there, was probably waiting in the wing. He probably the one sifting the motherfucking clip. His old snake ass looking for a job. Shit. Get there. I don't want that motherfucker for nothing. Tight pants, winter.
God damn.
Hey, let me see. And what else? I was going to say something else. Nick Cannon. What I was going to say? Shit. Yeah, you talking about Terry Crews and threw me all off. Shit.
Because you like Terry Crews.
No, I don't. I used to like him when he was black. Shit, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like he went into the motherfucking the closet or something and came out white or something. I don't know what the fuck happened to him.
Terry Crews has been the same guy since day one. Terry Crews plays like the same character in every movie. He plays a guy that's like that. His appearance is overly tough, and then ends up being a soft ass dude. Like every movie. Yeah. That's basically. Yeah, that's basically.
He that goddamn guy on the Django. You remember that guy? Who played him? That Morgan Freeman played him. The motherfucker always telling on the slave.
Oh, you talking about Steven? You talking about Samuel L. Jackson?
That evil, dirty, low down motherfucker.
Did you say Morgan Freeman and Samuel L. Jackson look alike?
Oh goddamn! Well, shit, black people do look alike. Yeah, you right. It was Samuel Jackson. My. Who is you? Goddamn.
It's official. You are racist.
I feel a little bit. Now they don't really look alike. But shit, Morgan Freeman be playing a lot of old characters. Shit, I was seeing Samuel L. Jackson face, so shit. But yeah, that was Samuel L. Jackson. My bad. Thank you for the correction.
That is sad. I got one last question for you. Okay? I got one last question for you. Because I know that there are differing opinions on this, and I don't know if I ever asked you your opinion on this. Do you think that black people can be racist? Yeah, I do. Do you think that black people can be racist?
We can't be racist unless we actually have the numbers to be racist. We can be prejudiced. So.
What does that mean to have the numbers?
The numbers mean, because racist is like a system where you have to have the ability to oppress. At 13% of the population, we can't oppress nobody. So we don't have the power or the numbers to be racist. But the people like in Africa where they have mostly 90% black people, black, they can be racist because they have the ability to oppress.
So, I mean, if racism is already a system, why do people always say systemic racism? Isn't that like repetitive?
But you know what? I don't really give a fuck whether they call it racist or prejudice. I'm both of them. But
no, I've heard a lot of people say that all black people can't because of what you said. But I really. Niggas can be racist and shit. Yeah, we can be fucking racist.
We can't be racist in America because we don't have the numbers or the power money-wise. Because we can't oppress anybody. Racism involves the ability to oppress.
Man,
we don't have it.
So you telling me? All right. So you telling me it's some niggas posted up outside on the block and the wrong person walks into the wrong area. You ain't got the ability to oppress that person if they don't look like you.
We don't have the ability to press other races, or we can't stop them. So we don't really What do we have that they need?
But who
We
has?
don't have the house. I mean,
But who has the power to stop
not
us?
not on the grand scale. We can't impress them. You know what I'm saying?
But who has the power to stop us?
Huh?
I say who has the power to stop us as black people? Who has the power? I mean, like who is doing the stopping?
Wait, say that again now.
I said, well, who is stopping black people?
Who stopping black people? That's what you said.
Yes.
In this country, stopping black people?
Yes.
I mean, that's one of the biggest hurdles. I mean, it's really not as much racism as it is poverty and opportunity.
Okay.
And it took generations of us to being oppressed. So I mean, we went through generations of being oppressed. So it's gonna take a few generations to get out of that. So I figure black people will be where they should be eventually in the future. But I think, you know, black people have made a lot of strides. You know, they've been given opportunities to do more things. But one thing we need to do is take this motherfucking country back. That's what the fuck we need to do. And no black people really in the head of this motherfucker. Why is the white people making all the decisions when it comes to the money? All of them in top key positions making decisions on our motherfucking tax dollars and shit. So you ready to get off with some other kind of shit now? I really don't. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think the reasons are pretty simple.
You always get me started and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really didn't want to start talking this shit. Because you know what, since COVID-19, I've been watching a lot of shit that's been going on. I'm not really no political person. But I've been watching a lot of shit that's been going on. I ain't been liking a lot of shit I've been seeing. Especially the motherfucking Republicans. Them motherfuckers right there.
About who?
I swear, when it comes time to elect, y'all better vote all them motherfuckers out. They the ones holding back y'all motherfucking tax dollars and helping y'all.
You said vote out all the Democrats?
They trying to get all y'all shit to the motherfucking business and the rich people. Shit.
So you said
don't know about.
You said what you say? You said vote out all the Democrats because they're giving all the money away to the rich. Is that what you're saying?
Damn right. Damn right. When the Democrats take over, we gonna
but no, we were just saying vote them out. I thought we were just voting out the Democrats.
No, I said vote out all the motherfucking Republicans.
Why? Why would you do that?
We already got the House. We need the Senate so we can pass the shit we need to pass.
But what makes you think the Democrats are going to do right by you or I?
Because they already sent bills to the Senate that they don't want to motherfucking pass to help the people. All thing they want to do is give more money to the bill.
Okay.
Are you not keeping up with the news?
But here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. But listen, right? But when they did the last was because you're talking about like that the Republicans don't want to get away from the businesses, but the last stimulus bill, what happened? There was a few things that the Democrats had to have in there.
Stimulus bill was sitting in the motherfucking Senate for a whole goddamn month.
Well,
they motherfuckers decide they still gonna go on vacation.
No,
and that stimulus bill, the second stimulus bill is important because a lot of people unemployment benefits is ending this election. And then the second stimulus check is also on the table. You know what I'm saying? And people, just in July alone, 1/3 of people couldn't pay their motherfucking rent. And they depending on this goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? There's some serious shit out here. And y'all want to motherfucking play with people's money. Ain't nobody got time for the bullshit. That's why the fuck they need to get the fuck out. They sitting up there like talking like, no, get the fuck after office. I'm sick of y'all motherfuckers.
Terrible.
Ain't nobody gonna convince me no different.
Word.
So, I don't give a fuck what the people in the chat said. I've been watching motherfucking news. I know what the fuck going on. Shit. Mitch McConnell dirty ass. And Larry Kudlow, fuck you too. And Tim Mnuchin or some shit like that, fuck you too. All y'all motherfuckers, old, rich, dirty, white motherfuckers, fuck y'all.
So what do you think the Democrats are?
They trying to help the people. At least they sent the bill to the motherfucking Senate to
So
help the extend the benefits. And they also sent it to give people stimulus checks.
Are they
riding with my
are they not also rich though?
That's my girl. I don't give a fuck.
Pelosi loaded. She rich too. Tell her to give somebody her personal bank account.
I don't give a fuck. But next time I call them, ask her for a few dollars till I get my stimulus.
Yeah, tell her to hit you on the cash app. She knows she got it.
I'm gonna tell her to send the damn some money.
But my thing is this though. My thing is this, right? Like, I mean, and it's been blatantly, openly said.
Honcho, you really just talking to yourself at this point. But I'm really not gonna change my mind. You can go and say what you gonna say.
I mean, I already know. I know. I'm just gonna put out the effort anyway.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and get your point.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I thank you for that.
It is so.
Sometimes it is. Yeah, sometimes it is. You know, my thing, my thing is this. You feel me? I mean, they've openly said, the Democrats have openly said that they want to ruin the economy just so that it has a significant impact on Trump in the election, right? On a singular focus on the election. That's all they care about, right? They want to fuck up the economy. Now, do you think a person who was struggling to make ends meet, a person who was going through tough time, maybe just lost their job or has been put on furlough or anything like that, would suggest to someone else that, hey, let's continue to fuck up the economy so that we can get President Trump out of office? Or do you think a person in that position would be trying to get paid, get back to work, eat, or whatever it may be?
You know what? Why don't them rich motherfuckers take their motherfucking ass back to work? That's all the fuck they want to do. Is have us go slave for them low ass slaves.
I'm just, but this is what I'm saying though. But this is what I'm saying. But that's no. But see, this is not. But here's the deal. But here's the thing. Yeah, because they took the risk. They took the risk. But that's what I'm saying though. But here's the thing though. If you take the risk, you get the reward. They take the risk. If this person didn't start this business, this next person doesn't have a job to feed their family.
We ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing.
Yeah, that's the crazy. That's why they cut that unemployment short. Motherfuckers out there scamming.
You making more on unemployment than you making at your job. Who the fuck gonna work harder? I mean, come on.
But what I'm saying, like, but that's what I'm saying.
Work for their money. They want more people to get out there and work and shit.
Whoa. Rich people don't work for their money. What are you talking about? What do you mean rich people don't work for their money?
Listen to what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. The thing is, the poor people putting in all the motherfucking money. And then when they need the money to help them get through, the motherfucking Republicans don't want to give it to you. They want to give it to the business. That's what I have an issue with. So fuck you. I ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing.
What'd you say? What happened?
Now.
What happened when somebody got caught some weed?
Yeah, I need some weed.
Oh, okay. You say a black military rated.
I feel irritated. I feel irritated and everything.
Oh, okay.
I think I just feel rough.
I mean, you in Alabama, they might hide you. Yeah, you get caught in Alabama, they might hide your ass. Alabama, Mississippi, areas like that. Fuck that. Motherfuckers be talking about, Texas, you don't want to play in Texas. Nah, you don't want to play. That's like crazy. When other people think, oh man, Texas, they don't fuck around. But even out here, you got other places like, man, shit, they don't fuck around out there. Yeah, you don't want to get jammed up out in other places.
Trying to tell us go back to work,
But this is my thing. You said, but what I'm saying though is this, right? Without this rich person, taking the risk initially, because they probably start off broke. A lot of people don't start off rich.
Why is the rich people controlling poor people dollars? Fuck them.
Because why are the rich people paying poor people dollars?
I need some money. Then you gonna tell me. oh, I'm gonna give you a little bit.
Well, I mean,
Your
you
own motherfucker.
you voted for them. Those people you voted for. Well, then you can't complain if you unless you out there campaigning for somebody.
I'm gonna vote all them motherfuckers out.
With one vote.
They gonna get the fuck out and pack their shit. When they come back Monday, they need to clean their motherfuckers locks out. Y'all gonna get the fuck out.
Okay. Here's the deal, because I just realized, how long we've been talking. I mean, I know we've been talking a while back.
I don't know why you got inside.
Oh, because I love you, Miss Rashida, and I love talking to you, and I enjoy it. Everybody loves it. So this is what we're gonna do, because
I'm coming in the motherfucking Discord, and I'm gonna finish my conversation.
Yeah, this is that. Yes, I would love for you to do that.
Everybody in the Discord gonna put me on mute. I don't give a fuck. I ain't finished. But I know my time is up, so I'm gonna let somebody else on you.
Yeah, we're going to.
I would like to wish everyone a happy weekend, and I hope that everyone stays safe and
You just be in a Discord.
Y'all take care.
All right. Well,
Did you have anything else to say?
No, ma'am. I will be expecting you in the Discord, because I truly do want to finish this conversation. I really do. So I hope to see you there.
If I could figure out how to what you call it, I'll be up in.
I mean, just hit me on the thing. I'll walk you through it if you need me to. Just let me know. It's not that hard.
You won't even. Oh, okay. Yeah, just see it. Okay. You see me, just see it. All right. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. All right.
Bye.
All right. We're going to take one last call, and then we go slide into the Discord, because I do want to continue this conversation. And it's about that time. So, and then I'll try to do Discord, and I'll see what I can do for the Mixer crew. What's the motherfucking deal? We got called into the den this evening.
Make sure boy.
All right, Mr. Roman, what's on your mind this evening, sir?
Man, I'm doing good. So how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I've got no complaints.
Well, I've been trying to get a little heated. You get what I mean? I know Rashida just called. Rashida never changed. She always do Rashida. You know what I mean? Honcho, I don't even know why you tried. You know you're going to go win that argument.
Well, it wasn't about trying to win the argument. I just, wanted to have a discussion. I enjoy talking with Miss Rashida so much. I just, just wanted to talk.
Well, okay. Breaking down this whole situation. Okay, this is my hot take. Right? Okay. Now, if I'm going to outright say it's Trump's fault, why the pandemic and the corona is here, no, I mean, the man didn't create it. You get what I mean? And it did come from China. From what we know, the origins are still on the scarce of it, but it came from China, is what most reports say. I think, I'm not saying I all the way agree, but I think this is why a lot of people are mad. I think it's Trump's execution of it. Because I'll say this. Trump started off well. He started off well. He had daily briefings and daily meetings in the Rose Garden talking about corona, talking about what we should do and how to handle it. And then he stopped. Because his party, well, not his party, but his team started to say, well, maybe people just forget about it and people will move on. And he thought by now, being in July, he thinks, people would forget about it. It would tumble over. It would be forgotten. It's at its highest point. We hit a high number in corona every day, and that's why I think people fault for it, because it's your job as a president. When America or when any country is in a sense of crisis, a war, a pandemic, anything of fear, we rely on our leader. And what it seems like a lot of people just don't believe in their leader right now. He can take this pandemic serious, but the president is not taking it serious. I think a lot of people are mad at government because they're turning it into a political war, the people are outright dying. You get what I mean? I mean, more people have died from corona than from the Vietnam War. You know, I'm not saying I just think people blow out proportions, but it is something.
But I got a question real quick, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but like, because with the Rona thing, and I hate it because I think it's something that's kind of obvious to everybody seeing it, even though it is a dangerous thing. It's a thing that is impacting people. But with all of like the misguided numbers, I think even in Texas alone, they just took like 3,500 cases off of the count because of some of these clinics and things with these missed numbers. So, like, if this has been going on, say, for a significant amount of time, like, what if our numbers are really skewed? What if the numbers aren't that bad? I mean, people are dying. I mean, it's true. But they're associating some of these deaths that were from other things to the Rona, right? And so, do you think that is it that it's really that deadly? Is it that it's that dangerous? Or are they politicizing this new sickness and that you're using it to their advantage? Like, what do you think is more of? More politics or more health concerns?
Look, I'll tell you this. Corona has a 99.9% recovery rate. Only 0.1% of people have died from this. You know, the thing is, if you are healthy, predominantly young, but even older people, the oldest woman alive or man alive just survived from corona. So it's one of those things. If you're just healthy, you keep your mind up, you can live from it. And I'm not one that says outright don't exist. I think some of it exists. I think, in my opinion, it's a more probably intense flu. You get what I mean? But it's definitely, I'm saying, not used for political gain and for a certain size. You get what I mean? Because, you know, this corona, I'll say this right now. Unemployment was down before corona, and, you know, job was doing pretty well. The stock market was actually doing pretty well. The stock market was doing pretty well. Now, over 40 million Americans has no job. And, you know, the housing market is about to go in the whole frenzy after the CARES Act is done. And I'm not saying that there's no political game, but what I'm coming from, I think a lot of people come from, even if there is a political game, you as a president set a precedent to control it and to have it done. Because I'll tell you this, John. This is why I'm saying a lot. This is why people get mad. Even I get a little irritated. If I'm correct, that was in 2018, where Trump got rid of the protection of basically the when it comes to infections and pandemic, the pandemic team basically. I can't remember the full title. He got rid of it. You know, years later we hit the pandemic. I think a lot of people I think the irritation is how he could handle this team. Because even in China, in Japan, and in England, soon as corona hit, it was mandatory mask order. Everybody had to wear a mask. The only two countries right now that are taking the worst from corona is us and Brazil. And both us and Brazil didn't have no care. And it's one of those things is, I think it was like I say, it's the handling and how it's not cared anymore. You know, like Trump is now in the road starting having meetings about the NASDAQ. I mean, who gives a damn about the NASDAQ right now? You get what I mean? I'm saying, Honcho, you have to think of the average American right now. Like, say, over 40 million Americans don't have health care right now. They don't have a job. They're thinking about, how am I going to live the next day? How am I going to provide for my family? And when you look on TV, look on Fox, look on CNN, you see a president that's not talking about it, or to them not taking it serious. You know, and that causes irritation. That causes a hate or a feeling of betrayal, a feeling of not caring. And that's a problem. Because even if you don't think it's real, or even if you think it's affecting you in your run for the election, for re-election, you as a president take these threats serious because you don't know who else is affecting as you is running the country. You know, that's why I'm coming from. That's what a lot of people. Like I say, I'm not on the left and saying, he did this and he did that. No. I do think it's a political game. I do think it is something to come after him. But it's something he should take more serious. And this is the reason why he's not doing good in the polls right now. Now, do I believe the polls? No. But he ain't doing so high. I told you that last night. So, I think that's one factor. I think that's the major big factor. Now, what comes about the Senate and the House? Okay, look, everybody knows the Senate is ran by the Republicans, the House is Democrat, right? So, in the CARES Act, they basically did a whole, they had a whole, basically, $600 plus added to unemployment. And then they had to, basically the Anti-Eviction Act. So, you couldn't evict anybody that has been affected by corona. And right now, Republicans and some Democrats, let's not give it to it. There's some Democrats who agree with the Republicans on this, that want to lower the amount of extra money for the unemployment. I've heard lowest to 2,000. Some people want to get rid of it in general. The lowest is 2,000. Highest is 200, and highest is 400, but not 600. And the main argument I've heard for why not to add the extra money, because a lot of people feel that people are being lazy. Some people actually making more money on unemployment than they did in their normal job. Correct. And they feel like a sense of, I don't want to go back to work until it's 50 minutes. I don't want that to happen. But Honcho, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to be honest, that's bullshit, Honcho, because I have family that has been affected by corona. And I'll tell you this, and none of my family, and I feel like most average Americans that are working want to be on unemployment. I'm not saying that all that do. Some people are lazy. Some people don't like to work. But when you ask the average American that's working hard, doing their job, having their bills, they like to go to work and work for a paycheck. You get what I mean? And not knowing that, hell, I might not be getting my money this month. Knowing that if I go to work, constantly, I'm going to get my paycheck every week, every 2 weeks. And I think that sense of, when people will get lazy, come on, man, I think that's just a false narrative that you just don't want people to have the money. I'm saying give the money because right now these people need the money. It's not a thing of the economy is the same and, okay, you don't want to add the bill. I get it. But at this point, man, people need that money desperately. So, even if it's not 600, like, damn, it's got to be some compromise between Democrats and Republicans. The pit party lines are stop. And that's always I have an irritation. If you right or left, God damn it, we Americans. And we supposed to run this country as equal. Under one. And I'm not saying
that. I do gotta agree with Wokey Woke on that. I do think you may underestimate the laziness of some Americans. So it's some motherfuckers who definitely are enjoying this. Don't take merit into their work. But now my thing is this, man. Yeah, people do need the money. I look at it like this. You gave a bunch of companies a bunch of money, over this span, and that's fine because people need to be able to stay employed. But if we're continuing to say, hey, you can't go out, we're going to continue to shut things down. We can't operate as normal. There's going to be segments of society that's impacted. Like I say, a lot of crazy things that I didn't think about. With people not working. That got impacted. Like I said, I moved recently. Like the fact that it's a lot of regular ass appliances and shit like that. It's on backward. Like you can't fucking get and won't be able to get for months. Like to go get a fucking passport, it's gonna take months to get one. Like the little fucking things that are going on that impact our day-to-day lives. But when you just sit in the house, and again, if you're already kind of situated, you may not be thinking about it. You can't go to work. You can't really make any money. I do agree. Like you need something. Now, I know that certain people who are getting employed, I know a lot of people have missed out, and now again, I know certain people only got the little stimulus boost thing. So I think that, yeah, people do need something, but it's like a thin line because, again, you give them too much, motherfuckers will be like, fuck it, well, if you could give us all this money for this amount of time, well, why can't you keep doing it? Or they find a way to, get eligible for some type of situation like that. Again, comfort is a crazy thing, and when people find a way to get in their comfort zone and they like it, trying to get them out of that is a very difficult thing. So I think you got to be real careful how you do it. But it's been a while, and I think there are some of those who may not have been eligible for other benefits that they probably do need some help. Like, I mean, it's been several months.
Yeah. Well, it's one of this, Honcho. Like I told you before, there is a money issue in this country, a money gap in this country, because you gotta realize the top 10%, which owns basically every corporate business in America, right, owns 97% of the stock market and Wall Street. So that's all the business owners. That's all the Disney, all the owners. I mean, the poor needs the rich. You get what I mean? Because, I mean, damn, there's no rich people, there's no economy. Because with the money you make, it doesn't even out in taxes, it doesn't even out in revenue, it doesn't even out how you need it to be. You get what I mean? And I think that's where people find the irritation when you have a lot of rich people coming out and say, well, why don't you just find a new style of work, a new career choice? Well, I mean, think about it like this, Honcho. The thing is, when you're rich, you're going to be all right. When you somebody rich, the owner of Goya, or Disney, or all these other big production companies and just companies in general, you're okay. Because either you inherit that money or you work for that money. So you can sit on that money for years. You don't have to work a day in your life. But the common man got to get up, go to work, and provide for his family all for himself, the person. And to tell people to find a new career choice, but in a time where you can't find no job, Indeed is shot to hell. They have been down multiple times. It just seems inconsiderate. It seems like you're not in my shoes, then why are you talking if you don't know that I've been through it? You know?
But in reality, though, right now, like I say, with all that going on, that's like the best game you can probably give somebody is say, look at your situation right now, and if it's bad, if it's really bad, there's a possibility of this happening again. As this is going on, you're hearing about some other pig virus and some other bubonic plague in the squirrels in Colorado and all this other dumb shit. So it's like, what's going on right now, how it feels. Right now, you have had like an opportunity from so many places that are giving out, free education, free training. Normally that you'd have to pay hundreds of dollars for, getting licensed and certified and certain things like all this. Like, now is the time to take advantage of that and, capitalize on that, because the opportunities are out there. People are giving away like free training for again, like I say, for careers. I mean, that could change your life. And so all you got to do is listen in, go take a test that may cost you, a little bit. But if, you'll spend that on some bullshit, just having fun on some J's or something, like, fuck that. Go change your fucking life. Like, this is the time to do it. Like, you're forced into being home. Like, fucking learn something. Like, fucking learn something. Like, right now, it's like I said, it's been no great giving out motherfuckers getting free internet and all kind of crazy shit. Like, so the excuse of not having access or not being able to, it's there. I can't buy it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right now, you're feeling terrible. You feel like shit. You hate it. Find a career field. You have plenty of time to study to find one that's not going to be impacted by situations like this. You got to start looking at the future, and there's a lot of them.
One thing that Corona can teach us, and this pandemic can teach us, is that, you can't, in a way, rely on your life being average. You can't be average. You always got to be a step above it. And it's smart to, I'm not saying you have to go to college to be successful. That has been proven so many times it's not true. If you find a career choice, or you create something, or you just build something of yourself, of something you believe in, a company, it can be done. It's all about managing. It's all about self-preparation. It's all about you gotta mentally prepare yourself to know that you gotta run a company. And this one thing this can teach us is that you can have your own wealth. You can have your own money. You don't have to worry about Corona affecting you right now. It's about you putting in the effort, putting in the work. And I'm hoping this can teach people that this is why you got to go out and do something and not just look at it.
Yeah, I mean, because again, it's the market that dictates all these things, and that's what people don't really understand. Like, you can't get mad at somebody paying, minimal wages for something if people are willing to accept it. Like, you can't say, oh, this place needs to pay me 15 fucking bucks because I want it, when there's a million people who will work the job for $5 an hour. You know what I mean? Like, you lose, then you just have to go find, so what you're wanting, your set of skills, they don't equate. So again, you got to go adjust that. Like, so if you got things you want, you got to build those skills. Again, you got to get, man, there's so many different little courses and certificates in various fields. I'm not even talking about like computer shit. It's like that you can take 2 or 3 weeks or go and study and go take and get certified in something, like in all over the place. And then you're making, very good money, legitimately, but people just, again, like it doesn't look cool, it don't feel cool, or you got a bunch of other things going on. So it's like, or part of it too is people, and I'm not saying that the college is bad. A lot of people just only know the go through college route to get a good job. But there are lots of good careers that you can go just get a certificate for. But again, people got to do research. That's the most important part. They don't want to do that. They want to just tell them.
Money is not guaranteed in this work contract. The thing is, 75% of people live paycheck to paycheck. Even though pre-corona, unemployment was down, the people are being underpaid. So what this tells me and what she tells people is that motherfuckers relying on this ain't going to get you nowhere. Because you don't know when another pandemic happens. Listen, we can get rid of corona. We'll be good for a couple of years and bam, another pandemic. Could be worse. And now you ain't got no job because you didn't learn from corona what you could have been, what you could have did. Investing in stocks, investing in bonds. Exactly. I mean, a way to build a company. Become a business owner, a small business owner, But I don't know. But, that's my call.
All right. Well, Mr. Roman, I appreciate your call and sharing your thoughts with us this evening, sir.
Man, anytime, man. Good night to everybody in the den. Be safe and, man, believe in something, man. That's my call.
All right, I appreciate it. All right. Here's the deal. I see Mr. Josh. I said Roman's going to be the last call. We're going to wrap it up after that. We're going to slide to the Discord here. Couple of things real quick. We are going to the Discord. Mixer Crew, I will try to see what was going on with it because it's supposed to be the 22nd, but for some reason the settings weren't there last night, so we'll try to make that happen. We're going to continue this conversation with Rashid in the Discord. Something else. Make sure you follow on all the proper social media. Right? All those right there. And Lockbird, no way. The 405 is, like I said, I got this vision, right? For the den and what I want to start. Well, I mean, the sauce and the den, because I record everything. Like, now I move, I have a room dedicated again to, for streaming. And so, my plan is, I guess I can break it down to everybody, is I'm gonna go and get rid of the green screen thing and kind of go with a more realistic setting. So what I want to do is we'll probably put like some shelves in the back, maybe like a little couch here. I'm either thinking like a love seat or a sectional maybe. Try to utilize this little space because it's like a corner right here. And some stuff I want to do with the lighting, but like I'm dedicated for streaming and doing some other things, making it much more interactive. A smart room, if you will. So that goes towards that. So instead of just doing the 30 every night, like I'm just setting like a long-term goal. And so that way, we reach that. And if there's some other idea or plans or whatever, just thinking long-term. So I think that long-term planning, if you will. I got the text message. I will be sure to pass that along. But hello, Angela. I saw you the other day and I meant to say hi, but you dipped in. I think you dipped out. But shout out to Miss Angela. How are you? But with that being said, we're going to slide to the Discord. Hopefully Miss Rashid will be there. I'm going to sing a song since none of the rest of y'all going to show up for karaoke night. So I'm going to have a song planned for y'all. Y'all just going to have to deal with it. And Outside of that, man, I appreciate y'all. I fucks with y'all. I thank y'all. Again, you could be anywhere in the world, but you fucking with the den tonight. You fucking with the den folks. And I appreciate it. Hope the rest of y'all do. And again, it is my honor, my privilege, but most of all, my pleasure, man. I'm telling y'all, sometimes be in a funky mood, you get on the den and it just evaporates. So I fucks with y'all. Monday. We'll be back at it Monday. So, yeah. Cool. Good stuff. All that good shit. Yeah, I think. Yeah, they got to go home. Come to Discord. You need a Discord link. I'll post in a second. I'll go.